Welcome to Arrows TV. I'm your host, Johnny Kelly.
And I'm your co-host, Joseph Ball.
We're joined by James Kelly and Andreas Lankudis as we go for part 3 of the Division 2 Recap Prediction Challenge. We're now on to the top 4 teams as of today, which is the 8th of February.
Yes.
That's a good guess.
No, 9th.
That's a bad guess. So,
Pancake Day.
Should have gone to the database.
Pancake Day. Should have gone to the database, yes. So we've got
pancakes.
We have the top 4, which are ourselves, the Arrows, Pioneers, Solent and Loughborough. We start with the Arrows, as we're currently in 4th place, 10 and 5. Got 7 games left. And of those, 6 at home, 1 away. We'll start with you, James, as the kind of oldest member of the group. And being at the Arrows for the longest as well.
Experience.
I had to slide that one in there. You've got to get your battles when you can, haven't you? Did you think we'd be in this position at the start of the year?
No, and I think anyone who says they thought we'd be here would be lying. Considering the last few years we've had a lot of change from the start of the season. Obviously, Alex going very early on. We've lost a couple of other people on the way, but. A bit like when I said in one of the previous episodes about Ipswich, when you have these sort of these things happen to you, you either sort of it's a fight or flight, and I think we've really fought for our right to be where we are, and I think sometimes confidence and momentum plays a big part, and we got them 2 wins early on against Worcester and Ipswich, and we've just sort of gone on from there.
So the big question I'm going to throw over to you, Joseph. 10 and 5, does that tell us how good we are? Or does it say, well, we're just good at the end of a game?
Definitely tells a story. But I think it just shows determination. We've played everybody now.
Yeah.
Everybody knows sort of, we're a team that we don't like to be behind and not fighting hard. That even if it's not going well, we still put in 100%. So I feel like, the record is, showing from our hard work. So I'm thinking it shows us as a team that can get wins, but also as a team that plays together and plays freely, because we picked up some close losses as well as many close wins. So yeah, I think we're not predictable, but we show that we're a very good team.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to go to you, Andreas, and you have to kick us off, the young fellow of the group. Our home games are Loughborough, Eastside, Liverpool, Westside, Brixton and Pioneers, and our away game, East London. 7 games. How many wins?
I'd say at least 5 wins, probably all coming at home. Loughborough losing to them last weekend. It's good that we can play them back to back of the weekend. I've been seeing them last week, being fresh. We know what we've got to do. Good to train and do stuff. Eastland will be a tough place to go, as has the record shown for them this season. I think we've got some wins in there, like East Side, West Side. Brixton will be tough, but I don't see why we shouldn't get them. I think we've definitely got another 5 out of 7.
So finishing 15 and 7.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, 15 and 7, I think we're 10.
Well, I'd say 16, and with how confident I feel in our squad, I'd say 16 and
16 and 8.
Wait, what did you say? 17 before.
That's at 15.
Oh yeah, I'd say 16.
16 and 8.
Wins.
So we'd get 6 of our last 7.
Yeah.
James?
I think any team in our league would be jealous of our running because we've got so many home games. So we've got 6 at home. The home games are going to be key. I think we're good at home. We have a good following now with a lot of good support. All the games in this league are difficult. Whoever you play on what night in whatever place. East London away is going to be very tough to get. But I do fancy us for the home games. I think we can get 6 of the 7. East London, if we play well, we could get all 7, but I think we can hold home form and take 6 wins.
6 wins to take us to 16 and 8.
Yeah.
Joseph?
In the ideal world, I would say 7. But you never know. Sees that we had, Aaron go down last week. I think we'll get 5 of the 7. Feeling just, being a bit banged up as a team and not having the deepest. We have 10. A lot of teams have about 16, 17 guys that they can all go through in a training squad as well as this squad. So I'm hoping 7, but I'm going to go 5, just so I can prove myself wrong.
15 and 9. I suppose for me, there's a lot of pressure on for me to say 7 as the coach. I do think we have some tough ones. I think Loughborough and Pioneers at home, although I do think we are going to be good at home, I still think they are difficult games. East London away is going to be tough. I'm going to go with 5 more wins. But I'm saying 5 more wins and thinking that there's no reason why we can't get 7. I just think, Aaron is going to be a miss for us, and it has been a long season. Even though we got a lot of home games, the fact that we had so many away games in a row, I think there's a bit of mental tiredness slipping in. But I can see us getting 7, but I'm going to go. I'm going to go gut instinct. I'm going to go 5. With Joseph 15 and 9. We'll move on to Greenhouse Pioneers, an absolute fantastic game, to and fro-in down there at the start of the calendar year. Joseph, Pioneers.
Very good team, very organised. One of the 3 teams that are very similar in our league. Height, guards, structure, along with Liverpool, Ipswich. I'm thinking that's the sort of setup that they all have, which is good because it's development, team development. So, but they seem to have the edge. Like in the past few years, they've started to build up and rise up the league. I'm feeling they're gonna have a good run. They have Solent again, don't they?
I'm gonna go through actually.
Yeah.
We'll take
they have some teams that that they've lost to. That they've played reverse fixtures, so I'm feeling they'll do well. They'll do well.
Well, currently they are 10 and 3. Their 3 losses have been East London and Arrows at home and Hoods away. They've still got to play. Their home games are Eastside, Ipswich, Loughborough and Hoods. So only 4 more. I'll repeat them again. That's Eastside, Ipswich, Loughborough and Hoods. And their away games are Worcester, Arrows, Solent, Loughborough and East London. Some tough ones. There's some tough ones out there. Andreas, we're going to have to go to you first for the prediction.
Mm-hmm.
How many wins left for Greenhouse?
I don't know. I really don't know. They've got a tough run in, definitely. I could see them slipping. I don't know. I could see the Hoods coming into the top 4 and Greenhouse Pioneers maybe dropping into below.
Yeah.
Top 4. I could definitely see that happening. But like Joe said, very strong, very structured, very skilled. They will get a big win somewhere. Definitely, they've got the talent to do it. I don't know how many wins they'll get.
Okay, well, we'll come back to you then. James?
I think, as Joseph and Andres have both said, they are an organised team, and organised teams are quite difficult to beat, and they've shown that in their first 13 games. The running's very tough in a very tough league. See, I think I could make a case for them losing some of those. I think potentially they could maybe even go to 7 losses. Are they on 3 now?
They're on 3 now.
I think they could potentially go to 7. There's some really tough games, especially on the road. So I'm going to put them at
7 losses would be 15 and 7.
Yeah, I can see them going to 15 and 7.
And by what you've got, that would slip them away from the top 4. Joseph?
Yeah, I feel kind of like what Jimmy's saying. I think when there's a team so high up, but they sort of like, when they play other top teams, they're kind of like a giant killer, sort of like label that's given to them, even though they're around the top. So I'm feeling they're going to cause some upsets, and I think they'll finish with 16 wins.
16 wins, 16 and 6. So 3 losses out there for them, 16 and 6. Andreas, any decisions?
14.
14 wins. They're going to slip down to 14 and 8. Yeah. I have to say that I am towards James and Andreas' bracket. I'm looking at their running 2 Loughboroughs, and I think Loughborough are the most talented team in the league. I think they've got 2 Loughboroughs, Salt and us away. They've got Hoods at home, and I think Hoods are going to pick up a lot of wins. They've got East London away. They're just there. That's 7 tough games. And East Side and Worcester at home. I think like Joseph said, I think they will sneak a win here and there. But even still, I'm going to put them at 15 and 7. 15 and 7 for me. Yeah, I think there's some losses out there for them. Moving on now, Solent. A team, the only team at this moment in time that we haven't beaten. As in we've still got Loughborough to play. A surprise, James, Solent doing so well?
So some people, they will be surprised, purely because of where they've come from. They're a new team this year out of Division 3 South. But they have a lot of things going for them. They're a very good club with a strong junior programme, good coach, players who are sort of experienced and established at National League level. And they've sort of gone from strength to strength as the season's gone on, and I think they're in the right place at the moment. I think they're one of the better teams we've played.
When you play them, Andreas, are they deceiving? Deceiving in how good they are?
I don't know. I didn't play, but from what I saw, it was. I could see it being different on the court than it was off the court. I could see I thought yeah, we could play a lot better than we did, especially in the first game. But I can see with James why they're up there. Really structured, very talented, very deep as well. Good rotation, coming off the bench with players who can get it done. And I don't see... They'll be a top 4 team. Very tough place to go, especially all the way down to Solent. Long trip for a lot of teams. And I definitely see them.
We're going to come to you, Joseph, for the first prediction. They're running. They're 11 and 3 at this moment in time. They've played 6 at home, which means they've got 8 games left, 5 at home. They're running at the moment. Their home games are Pioneers, East Side, Worcester, West Side, and Loughborough. And their away games are Brixton, Hoods, and Ipswich. How many more wins? Or how many more losses?
You got to take them at home. They have a very good setup at home. They've got everything that they need to win down there. I feel they will get some losses. I think they've been quite fortunate so far, even though they're a very talented team. I feel like they could get, how many games left?
8.
8. I think they'll get 5 of those games.
5 more wins.
Yeah, 5 more wins.
Take them to 16 for you, 16 and 6.
Yep.
Andreas?
Same, I'd say 16 and 6.
James?
I think they're a good team playing with a lot of confidence. I think they might lose 2 more, and then I think they'll take the other games.
2 more, that will take them to 17 and 5.
Yeah.
Looking at it, I think Hoods away is going to be very difficult. I do think Hoods will get the better of that one. Loughborough at home, even though they're at home, will be difficult, but I can see them getting every other one after that. So I can see 2 more losses. I'm going to go 17 and 5 with James, and that leaves us with Loughborough, a team we played on the weekend and a team we didn't do so well against on Sunday. Thoughts on Worcester going to the database?
on
Loughborough.
Loughborough, sorry. Loughborough.
Going to Loughborough. I think they're the best team we've seen. To an extent, they're a bit of an unknown quantity. We've only seen them once. I'm not going to say too much around the topic, but at times they've changed their team, but each time they've been either winning or very competitive. I think they're going to be extremely tough to beat from now on. The only thing they've got going against them is they have a lot of games to play in a short period of time, and towards the end of the season, you do wonder how that might affect them. And I believe they've got Patrons Cup final to play in there as well. So a lot of games in a short period of time, but if they go on a run, maybe it's a good thing.
Andreas, the two losses so far, they're 11 and 2. Their two losses have been Nottingham and East London at home. They've got 9 games to play, and only 3 of them at home. Is that going to make a big difference to Loughborough, or Loughborough just too strong?
I could see it making a difference to. They are a very young team. A lot of new players that they've brought in this year that are new to the division. Having only 3 home games left, did you say? The rest being away. So places to travel are far. They will travel well, obviously, because they're a unity and they're well organised, well trained. Probably the most structured team in the league. I can see them losing some big games due to the fact of the inexperience, the young players. Plus, they've got so many games to fit in a short space of time. Fatigue will kick in, especially with the uni. The Bucks as well, that'll play a big factor. They'll be up there in the Premier and playing in the playoffs. So I could see them picking up a few more losses, definitely.
Well, it comes to you, Joseph, now for the first prediction for them. 9 games to go. They're 11 and 2 at this moment in time. Their home games, their 3 home games, are Liverpool, Pioneers and Brixton. And their away games are Arrows, Liverpool, Solent, Westside, Brixton and Pioneers.
Right.
Is there any losses and how many?
Yeah, I do think there are losses there. I think they will lose 3 games for the rest of the season. I feel that from a team that has such a big squad, they'll be able to pull out some of the away trips. Yep. So I'm thinking 17 and 5.
17 and 5. James?
I was quite impressed with them on Sunday. I think they could potentially be the winners when the season comes to an end. I think Solent is a tough place for them to go, and I think they could potentially slip there. But I think they may well take all the other games.
So one more loss for them.
I think so.
That will take them to 19 and 3. Andreas?
17 and 5.
17 and 5. I side with James on this one. I actually think they're very good, and if they actually play all 9 of their games, I can only see 1 loss there. Maybe two, but I'm going to go 19 and 3. I think they're the winners of the league, but I will be fascinated to see if they get all their games in.
What I think, if I may add, is I'm not quite sure what squad will travel away.
Okay.
It's easy to get certain players to play at home, but to say, do you want to go and sit on a bus for 3 hours?
Because they've played 8 of their 11 home games, haven't they?
So maybe they can beat teams at home with a full strength squad. I don't think the same squad will be travelling around the country. So
Very true. I think you've also got to take into effect that there's only 10 days to get these games in terms of 5 weekends left. They've got 9 in a Patrons Cup final.
Yeah.
I think, to be honest, I'm gone with my prediction 19 and 3 based on the fact that they're going to play all their games. I'd be fascinated to see if they do complete it, but there's many teams in that situation. Pioneers have still got 9 to go.
Well,
East London have got 9. Hull have got 9.
I know we talked about this in a different episode, but if West Side only played 11 games...
West Side have only played 11 games. There's 10 for them to play. Now, I do say that there's 5 weekends left. I believe there's 5 weekends left. There might be a reserve weekend after that, but there's never really 2 reserve weekends, is there?
Plus, I could see, like Joe said, with them getting players to travel, like same with Worcester, they've got dual players playing, and especially with the Leicester Riders obviously being like one of the top teams in the BBL, push for the top spot and the playoff spots, the highest spots. I could see them, like Joe said, a few players not travelling to a games. That's where they might slip up as well, especially with the games we've got left.
We'll take a break and then we'll cut, and when we come back, we will have who is going to finish where in the league tables of each person. So it comes down to finding out who is where on the league tables for each of the predictions. They know the records that they've put forward. They may not know the league table as it would look like if their predictions were true. We'll go to Andreas's first, where you have West Side in 12th, East Side in 11th, Worcester in 10th, Brixton in 9th. In the 7th and 8th spots, you have Liverpool and Ipswich. In 6th spot, you have the Pioneers. In 4th and 5th, and battling for home positions, you have the Hoods and East London. In joint second place and going down to head-to-head, unfortunately this won't work out for us, is Arrows and Solent, and your winners are Loughborough. Yeah. We'll move on to the database. You have a joint bottom, and both being relegated, West Side and East Side, with Worcester in 10th and Brixton in 9th. You have Ipswich in 8th, Liverpool in 7th, a joint 5th, East London and Arrows. 4th spot goes to Pioneers, 3rd to the Hoods, 2nd to Solent, and the winners are Loughborough. For you, Joseph, you have East Side in 12th, West Side and Worcester will take 10 and 11, with Brixton in 9th. You have joint 7th and 8th in Liverpool and Ipswich, East London in 6th, Arrows in 5th, and then 3 teams battling it out for 2nd, 3rd and 4th, which are Hoods, Pioneers and Solent, and your winners are Loughborough. And the last one comes down to me, and I have down West Side and East Side joint bottom 11th and 12th, Worcester 10th, Brixton 9th, Liverpool and Ipswich 7th and 8th joint together. Then I have a 3-way battle for 4th with East London, Arrows and Pioneers, Hoods and Solent battling out 2nd and 3rd, and the winners Loughborough. Check back at the end of the season to see who won and who will be forfeiting and doing some strange forfeit, which will be very entertaining indeed.
While we all watch.
Why we will watch, obviously. Joseph, can you stop doing that finger thing below yours? Yeah, thank you. All right, thank you for watching, and we'll see you again. Goodbye.